again, if you look at the, and we already discussed, there are some marine sediments that been deposited on the especially in the continental shelf and the bottom of the continental slope. And we talk a little bit on that, the sediment, the marine sediment. So what are marine sediments? The marine sediments are particles of organic or inorganic matter that accumulate in a loose, unconsolidated form. So loosely arranged, not is packed, but it's loosely arranged. The sediment that is being deposited, right? Otherwise, if they are packed, they are like rocks. They're not really sediment, right? But this is a sediment because they are not really packed, right? So how the ocean get this sediment? So where does the ocean get its sediment from? So that mainly coming from the land, from the rivers that is being flow with the river waters, the sediment that flow with the river waters. Right? And other than that, some sediment is formed due to the biological action or biological activities of the marine organisms. And some sediment from the chemical process, like if you, the, the, the lime, they can be dissolved in the seawater and causing some sediments, right? And other than that, there can be some sediment in the marine environment that coming from the space, outer space, especially from the meteors. උල්කාපාත වගේ වගේ මුහුදට වැටිලා නැත්නම් ගොඩබිමට වැටිලා ඒවා ගහගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් විශේෂ මුහුදට වැටෙන උල්කාපාත වලින් I think, right? Right, so there are many uses of the ocean sediments because the ocean sediments it's a huge resource. Actually, there can be a lot of resources that we can harvest one side. On the other side, from the sediment, if you analyze the sediment, you can get a lot of information about the marine environment, like like evolutionary process, like what kind of animals has been in different layers of the ocean floor, because this sediment had been deposited over millions of years, layer by layer, perhaps annually or a couple of times a year, or in a 10, 15 years or 100 times. So like layer by layer it's formed, and you can, if you can drill into the ocean floors and you can take a sample, whole block of soil, and you can analyze them to see what kind of animals are there or plants are there, and then you can create the history. Right, so sediments give sort of a memory. Actually, you can analyze the history of the ocean, as well as the ocean floor, and you can even derive the Earth's history, right? So now so that's about the sediments, right? So basically, the marines or the ocean sediments are two types. Can be mud, right? It's either silt and clay mixed together, mud, or the others we call the oozes, right? Oozes are the any remaining from the biological activities, like from the living material, right? Shells වෙන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් silicon based shells තියෙනවා, නැත්නම් calcium based shells තියෙන සත්තුන්ගේ මේවා සාල වශයෙන් deposit වුණාම ඒවා කැටිලා ගිහිල්ලා deposit වුණාම ඒවට කියනවා oozes කියලා, oozes, right? So they are part of the biological activities. And the other sediments are the mud, right? So even the beach sand is actually a type of sediment, right? So and other than that, there can be a lot of other sediments. The sediment can be different types, such as different sizes. So based on the size, you can categorize them. Again, you don't have to memorize these things. Just to give some idea, like boulders or pebble, you have heard about these terms, like granule, sand, silt, clay, all categorized based on the particle size. Right? Even there are some scientific scale to distinguish these different sediments, like a Wentworth scale, for example, that explain the clay, silt, sand, and different classes of sediment, right? But different scales. And as you can see here, the sometimes the sediment can be like in the beach sand can be a same size, like here in the left image. But whereas sometimes it can be in different sizes, right? That this is something related to the oceanography, like the wave action perhaps. You see, if the wave action is more or less uniform, and the change is narrow, like the maximum the wave action and the lowest wave action, there is no huge difference. And in this case, the beach sand, what you can see is pretty much same size. But sometimes this difference in the smallest to largest wave may be very different. It's a wide range, and in such case, you see a different size in the beach sediment. So the next time when you go to the beach, any chance, I mean, we don't know when, but if you have a chance to go to the beach, if you look at the beach sand, see whether they are uniform or different sizes. That indicate what kind of waves are there, right? So you see, some of the natural things you can explain if you know a little bit of geology. Yeah. All right. So as I mentioned before, sediments record the past because they are deposited layer by layer, recording some of the historical events where you can recreate. And also sediments, especially the marine sediments, are deposited mainly in the continental shelf to some extent, especially in the passive margins. If now you know, they're more deposited in the passive margins than the active margins. And then the continental rise or the flow of the continental slope is huge amount of sediments deposited here. Right, so that's the place where you get a lot of marine sediments in the continental rise as well as in the continental shelf, right? So as I mentioned before, these particles generated from many different activities. Earlier mentioned from where they come from the rivers to from the organisms. So similarly, the origin may be also a bit similar. The origin of sediments, it can be either weathering or erosion. පාංශු ජීර්ණය සහ කාදනය, right? The weathering, පාංශු ජීර්ණය වෙන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් කාදනය නිසා යන්න පුළුවන්. So that's how the sediments are formed one way, and the other one is the activities of the marine organisms. Then the volcanic eruptions that will bring also some sediments, the chemical processes, and the meteors. So these are the main sources of marine sediments to the sediments to the marine environment. And if you look at the ocean bottom, and this is how you would see in the different ocean bottoms, like here is in the mid-Atlantic ridge, 2,600 meters or 2.6 kilometers down. This is how it look like. This is in the Northeast Atlantic, the ocean bottom about 1.4 kilometers down. It's more or less muddy bottom. And whereas in the Antarctic, again, about 4 kilometers down, you see something like here, and you will see some right, some uniform distribution of something, right? I will come to this one later on. You will recognize what these are once you know a little bit of the ocean flow. Okay, so basically there are 4 types of sediments. We can classify 4 different types of sediments. They are called the terrigenous sediments, or any sediments that's formed from the rocks, either the weathering or erosion of rocks. Some sediments can form. In such case, we call them as the terrigenous. If any sediments form from the biological activities of the marine organisms, or the organic matter origin, they are called the biogenous sediments. Other sediments that form from some chemical reaction in the sea or precipitated from the sea water, they are called the hydrogenous sediment. The fourth type is the cosmogenous sediments, or any sediments that is coming from the outer space. So they are coming from the outer space to the meteors. Right? So the 4 types based on the origin: the terrigenous, or the sediment formed from the rocks, weathering or erosion; the biogenous sediments formed from the biological activities of the marine organisms; the hydrogenous sediments, that any sediment deposited from the seawater, mainly because of the chemical reactions, or sometimes maybe physical reactions, perhaps; and then the cosmogenous, or any sediments that's coming from the outer space. And you look at the 4 to 5% terrigenous sediments, biogenous sediments 55%, the ocean cover; hydrogen sediments less than 1%, and the cosmogenous sediments is more or less negligible. It's very small amount of cosmogenous sediment, right? So that's how the sediments are origined. So in the next week, we will talk a little bit on each type of these sediments. What are they? How they are formed? The importance of these sediments, right? So now the most important thing here is that these sediments, as I mentioned before, is a huge resource. Right? You can harvest different resources out of these sediments. So keep in mind that one, and keeping in mind that we will, in the next week, we will discuss further on these marine sediments, right? So that's all for the day. Still, if you have any questions, now is the time, right?